Greetings and welcome back to Divine Rising New Earth, the high vibe variety show broadcasting the frequency of the new earth now.
This frequency is your access point for cosmic energy updates, esoteric insights, and quantum tools to support you in navigating our collective ascension.
Let's get right into the cosmic energy forecast for June 2025. This month, there is a really auspicious, lucky energy in the air because specifically the planet of Jupiter has a lot of amazing things going on. So even though there's always micro nuances in the astrology, in the numerology, overall there's this really auspicious beam of energy that's coming onto the planet. So we're going to get into it so that you can continue to tune into this frequency for the rest of the month and just pull it in, because you can carry it with you when you go forward on from June. So basically, Jupiter, the main thing that's happening is that it is going to be entering in tropical astrology. Shout out to the sidereal astrologers, but this is a movement in tropical astrology. Jupiter is going to enter into the sign of Cancer, and this is its sign of exaltation. So every single planet has one sign where it is exalted, and that is where it is the happiest. And Jupiter is a planet of higher wisdom, abundance, blessings, expansion, magnetism. So it's looked at often as one of the benefics, like a planet that brings a lot of blessings, and it is moving into its most favorite place in the sky, where it's going to be for 2 years. So we are getting the beginning of a very beautiful energy, and that is kind of setting the frequency of June itself. It's going to be a lucky month. It's going to be an auspicious month. And your thoughts and your frequency are what you can use to align with it and amplify it even further. So you want to turn up the lucky girl, the lucky boy syndrome in June, and it's going to have an exponential effect. So Jupiter moves into Cancer on June 9th. And then there's going to be a full moon in Sagittarius in tropical astrology on June 11th, 2 days after Jupiter moves into Cancer. So Jupiter's really happy. Then there's going to be a full moon in Sagittarius, and a full moon will be ruled by the energy of the planet that rules the sign that it's in. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So Jupiter, that's already really happy, is going to be the ruler of this full moon. So we continue with this abundant, lucky, auspicious energy.
What's the vibe of Jupiter and Cancer?
If you think about Jupiter being blessings, luck, and abundance, and then you think of Cancer being like the cosmic mother, like she just wants the best for you. Whatever house that Cancer is in your chart is where you're going to receive this blessed energy. But the cohesion of the planet Jupiter and the energy of the sign Cancer just work really well together. So it's not just that you'll be blessed in the areas that Cancer rules. It's that Cancer, this overflowing, nurturing cosmic mother energy, it's wants to pour all of that Jupiter into you, wants to infinitely give to you in a cosmically loving kind of way. Nothing's going to be held back. So you can specifically look at what house Cancer is in your chart, and that's specifically for the next 2 years. Well, you'll be really lucky. So you can really go for it in that area of your life.
That makes sense. It's like if a loving mother was in charge of picking out your blessings and your luck and your growth, what would your blessings and luck and growth look like?
She's like, I'm going to give you the world.
Maxed
babe.
out.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever you want.
Maxed out.
So then on the 20th of June, we're going to have the summer solstice. And in many ancient traditions, they look at the solstices as being the 2 most powerful days of the year to really make a quantum change in consciousness. And I've heard one person say that if they focus on having a really epic high vibe day on the summer solstice, they will notice that frequency literally carry them through the rest of the year. So that's not to put on any pressure. It's more just to bring some intention and some energy to that day. No matter what you do, you always can go to that next level in your mindset, your relationship to it, and just do your best to have an awesome day on that day. Meditating, doing anything like that is also very supportive. And then the Jupiter cazimi. A cazimi is when a planet is conjunct with the sun. And when they are conjunct, it's like the sun purifies the energy of that planet, and it's almost like it gets this beautiful reset, and we get this boost from the energy of that planet. It's like every year most planets have a cazimi, and it literally is like wiping the slate clean, and then we kind of just get a more purified beam of that energy. And so once again, the Jupiter cazimi, which happens once a year, is happening in this month where all this Jupiter energy is happening. And then this is the last one, the Cancer new moon, which these are also tied together because Jupiter's in Cancer, and then we're having this Cancer new moon, which is this new beginning after we've received all of this incredible cosmic energy from all the other happenings that have already occurred. So it's all just like really tied together, I feel like.
What is the vibe of the Cancer new moon?
Well, intuitively, I would say that Cancer rules your emotional and your creative life, and a new moon is a new beginning. So if you think about in tarot, the Ace of Cups, which is like a really auspicious card because it means like a new emotional beginning and a new creative beginning. That is the essence of the Cancer new moon. And Cancer is a very intuitive sign, and Jupiter is also in the same sign at this time, and Jupiter is like higher wisdom, like sage wisdom. It's like the planet of the guru. And then Cancer is like feminine intuition. It's like when these two things combine, I think we'll get a very high frequency vision of the seeds that we want to plant on this new moon and the like higher vision we want to hold for our life and put into the void. So I think it is a really good new moon to script, to seed your intentions, especially because as we continue to go into the summer, it's like such a cosmic time. We get such high star frequency energy that like really I think puts a lot of life into like especially all of us starseeds and galactivated beings, that like we get so much juice from like the Lionsgate portal. Like there's a lot of beam we get from the Pleiades during the summer. So I think this is the time we want to tune into our visions and like also revisit the visions that we get during this time, because they'll be from a very clear space, especially after we get the purification of the cazimi, etc., so on.
I can see it all adding up and aligning where there's this period of amplified blessings and expansion because Jupiter is Jupitering to the max. And then there's that cazimi, so it's purified. So it's these maxed out high vibe blessings, expansion, and then conjuncting the moon in all the same sign. Yeah.
They are on the same sign.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's technically conjunct. I'd have to look at the degrees. But they'll be hanging out in the same sign, so technically.
And then the moon rules Cancer, right? And the moon is your emotion. So it's like this beautiful emotional new beginning as one would have after receiving such abundant and pure blessings. And to tag on to your intuitive read on the vibe of the Cancer new moon, I would say with that same theme, how Neville Goddard says, the feeling is the secret. It's like manifest from the heart on this new moon. There's those dreams and wishes that we really hold so close to our heart. And I think those are the ones that are going to be powered up and smiled upon. And everything has its time and place, and there's nothing wrong with more logical, goal-oriented manifestations or crazy, wacky, fun innovations and stuff like that. But I'm feeling like a warm, fuzzy, manifestation. It's like healing and blessings for your loved ones. Cancer is about the family, the home, manifesting blessings in your home, peace in your home, and that type of energy.
That is the other thing, is that even with the energy of astrology, it's our thoughts and our words and our actions that are creating our future at all times. So like this can be like a map, but the invitation is always to be constantly aware of what we're creating and choose to create what we want to create. That is your cosmic energy update for June. And now we are going to tune into our next segment,
Hyperfixations. This is kind of a callback to our previous podcast, Brainwash Yourself. We did an episode called Obsessed. We are two divine feminine beings who are prone to obsession and hyperfixation. We're really into stuff, and we made some lists. So we're gonna rapid fire and switch off of the things we're really into and obsessed and hyperfixated on recently. So we are just gonna switch back and forth. 1, 2, 3, go.
the Do It Now subliminal.
Tatsu, ramen, chashu rice, and cucumber.
Energy drinks.
My bullet journal and glitter highlighters.
Money subliminals.
Pistachio milk, mint, matcha.
Monitoring my thoughts.
Flossing specifically with expanding floss like Dr. Tongues or Cocoa Floss.
Power reclamation prayer.
Bose, Bluetooth headphones.
Being married to the bag.
Not oversharing.
Gyeon Chakra Kriya.
Kairos time over Chronos time.
I am affirmations.
Perceiving reality as a symbolic interface.
Setting the lighting.
Calf raises.
Doing TikTok tarot card readings.
Matcha cream soda.
Editing videos.
I have 2 lip combos. The first one is nude peel-off lip stain with Finding Ferdinand lip gloss in the shade Thorn.
Press-on nails. I like Olive and June.
The peel-off lip stain in the shade Mauve with the Laneige lip jelly balm in the shade /flavor Blueberry.
Jake Weber.
Siren Basics underwear.
Lotus Flower by Radiohead.
Harmless Harvest coconut water, the one with the aloe pulp.
Specifying on the energy drinks, Alani and Bloom.
Cold pressed orange juice.
Colossal Bubble Mascara.
Wielding the male gaze on myself.
The Matrix. The movie.
I actually got to the end of my list.
Fleur Vanilla Skin Fragrance. Inception. Giving ChatGPT charts to interpret. That's the end of my list.
That was our hyperfixations.
We should do that really often.
Let us know if you have any questions.
Or tell us yours. Comment on the episode or DM us on Instagram at Divine Rising North, and we will expand on it in the next episode.
We're also so good at thinking of like quantum perspectives and advice and like reframes. We are always open to any questions you guys have. We would love to answer them.
Okay, next segment. Galactivated chakras.
An educational special for you guys on the chakras. So many of you may be familiar with the 7 chakras, which we'll do a brief review. There's also a 12 chakra system that many spiritual creators may refer to. And I've also often heard referenced a 114 chakra system. We had Marissa Indigo on our previous podcast, Brainwash Yourself, who referred to every cell in the body as a chakra. So from 7 to however many million and billion, there is a range of how many chakras you can integrate into the chakra system that you are consciously aware of. And the essence of this show is the collective ascension. As a collective on Earth, our awareness, our consciousness, our frequency, our vibration is elevating, ascending, expanding, as is the chakra system. So we want to introduce 3 more chakras into the basic 7 chakra system. This is just a way that my perspective has naturally evolved. I'm a huge believer in, and I've benefited so much over the years from chakra healing. And the 7 chakra system, learning about it was something that I carried with me for years, and it became just a foundational part of the way I viewed my energy body and how it operates as a human on Earth. And in recent months, my understanding just naturally expanded to include these additional 3 chakras. So I'm still on the road to learning about the 12 chakra system and things like that, but these additional 3 making 10, I feel like are kind of new earth basics, if you will. So there's the 7 chakras, which we'll go through, and 1 is added on in the midst of them. And then there is 2 more that are kind of like a set that are added to the top and the bottom. So chakras are energy centers in your body. They're vertically aligned with your spine, and traditional understanding, there's 7 of them, and they're each associated with a color, same order and set of colors as the rainbow. Roy G. Biv, starting at the bottom. So you have your red root chakra, base of the spine, orange sacral chakra, womb area, yellow solar plexus chakra, green heart chakra, introducing the pink higher heart chakra, which isn't one of the traditional 7. And then you have your blue throat chakra, indigo third eye chakra, violet crown chakra. And chakra is a Sanskrit word meaning wheel. And these are spinning energy centers, and they are each associated with different realms and areas of your life. So the root chakra is very physical. It is what connects you to your physical body and feelings of being physically safe and provided for. Your sacral chakra is sensual, sexual. It connects you to passion and creativity. Your solar plexus chakra is the center of your personal power and individuality, and it relates to your confidence and your self-esteem. Your heart chakra is close in proximity to the higher heart, this new chakra that we're introducing. So your heart chakra is emotional. It has to do with gratitude and love and feelings of connection with others. Then your higher heart chakra is a more universal sense of compassion and inner peace. And all of these are inseparable and work together, right? Like I'm saying, emotions. If I am having a lover's dynamic with someone, and my chakras are like balanced and activated, then my emotions are going to be affected by all of these energy centers in a more sensual way, by the sacral chakra. My own self-esteem in relation to the connection is going to be associated with my solar plexus. This feeling of love and connection with this other individual is in the heart.
And sense of safety with the root.
Yes, and then the higher heart is this sense of how they say agape, like love thy neighbor.
It's love without attachment, like 5th dimensional love.
Not necessarily so...
Has nothing to do with like
personal.
What you can get.
Yeah, it's not personal. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the throat chakra has to do with your voice, your truth, your creativity, your self-expression. Third eye has to do with your understanding, your intuition, and the crown chakra connects you to the divine, this sense of inspiration and interconnectedness between everything.
The oneness.
And it's important, people will always note this. You want to make sure that the lower ones are stabilized and cleared, even though the higher ones can seem really bright and shiny, because you just want to be stabilized and grounded in safety as a foundation to any sort of higher energetic spiritual work that you will do. But all of these chakras, the 7, kind of relate to our personal experience as a embodied, manifest consciousness, individuated human being on earth. And the 3 additional chakras, the higher heart, as well as introducing the earth star and the soul star chakra, are kind of what come in to contextualize our existence in a galactivated context. So we're all about that on this show. Our perspective of our soul's journey, all of us as starseeds, expands beyond just Earth to various star systems. We have, like I identify as a Cygnus starseed and Annika as an Andromedan starseed, among other, star families, because there's a lot of hybridization that has played into the unique energy frequencies that each of us embody in this incarnation here on Earth. And a lot of these other incarnations, like, for example, my incarnation in Cygnus is different in terms of I was not a human. Humans are on Earth, they're manifest physically in specific templated ways, and that includes the chakra system. So this higher heart chakra is kind of this universal love that expands beyond just this earthly incarnation. And then you have the Earth Star and the Soul Star. So like how the root chakra anchors us to our physical body, the Earth Star anchors us to the earth. And then kind of like how the crown chakra connects us to that divine energy and that sense of divine inspiration. It's like our soul star is what locks us and anchors us up into that higher frequency. So it's like if we didn't have the Earth Star chakra anchoring us into this physical dimension of the earth, then we wouldn't even be able to structurally manifest as a physical body to even be anchored into with our root chakra, because this element of physicality, period, is a aspect of the earth experience that doesn't necessarily play out in every incarnation. So we need that foundational structure. And then same thing with the soul star, where if there was no higher dimensional anchor point, then there would be no divine inspiration to be channeling through the crown chakra, because this higher dimensional divine inspiration is channeled through a higher dimensional aspect of self. The reason that we experience that is because there is other aspects of ourselves that are eternally existing in these higher dimensions. And I guess you could say that one of those micro aspects is the soul star chakra.
100%. And we've talked a lot about on the show about being like a bridge between heaven and earth. Like a human being has the potential to be a channel between heaven and earth and kind of like create this unification and bring more of the heavens into the earth, which requires being grounded deep down in connected to the earth star chakra, a strengthened earth star chakra, and then an open and connected soul star chakra. It's like the more that we can strengthen these connections, the more that we can fulfill our divine mission and be a channel for this energy. And somebody might wonder, why do you even need to know about these things? But our consciousness is so powerful and our awareness is so powerful. It is like what dictates the energy and the movement of creation itself. Like the whole double slit experiment, like if there's nobody to observe the thing, its behavior is going to change. Or there's a idea in the yogic teachings that if you put your energy just on your breath or on your energy field, it expands, it actually gets stronger. So if you put your intention and your energy and your consciousness on your connection and the strength of your soul star chakra, you're going to create a more powerful, healthy, functioning chakra and a more grounded connection to the earth. Even as I'm talking about it, I feel like I can literally feel it and feel this like grounding energy start to get stronger and stronger. And then the more attention you can put on your soul star chakra, the more galactic energy you're going to be able to receive. And I remember when I first started coming across almost etheric and spiritual teachings in general, there's this woman named Rebecca Campbell. She's like written a lot of popular books and decks, and she would talk about how she had been so tired and lacked so much energy until she started doing this practice called light sourcing, in which she would like kind of open up this channel into like the heavens and let the higher realms pour light and pour energy into her. And she said it completely revolutionized how much energy and inspiration and life force she had in her life. And that is literally just like connecting and opening your soul star chakra and allowing, because especially for so many of us galactic beings, we have so much star family that are like ready to pour this energy into us, and then us with our free will, we're here to like remember and remind each other how to reawaken those connections and then activate more of our power, receive more of our true energy, our true essence, which is that of infinity. We just have to like open to receive it and call it in. And then what we can accomplish and the rate at which we're actualizing our destiny and our evolution of consciousness, especially as we continue to link up with each other, becomes just like boom, 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 boom. So I think that just bringing our attention to this kind of energy work, it's actually so palpable and very, very practical. It used to be the one thing that I would let slide, like when I woke up in the morning, like doing my grounding cord, connecting to the earth star, opening up my soul star and like bringing in the energy. But it genuinely is one of the things that makes the biggest difference.
100%. And I'm so happy you mentioned destiny, because that is a key aspect to the soul star chakra, where a lot of star seeds came to earth with a mission at this very potent time in the collective ascension. The energies playing out on earth at this time in galactic history have very far-reaching implications. This is just galactic lore that I'm repeating, but I've heard this from many different sources, and it is a coveted opportunity, or so I've heard, to incarnate at this particular time for that reason. And many of us come with missions and directives that we may have even agreed upon in other incarnations to come carry out on Earth. Of course, when we incarnate, we forget. And so a part of the galactivated spiritual starseed journey is remembering your mission, which is basically another way, I feel like, of saying your destiny. Like, I feel like my Earth incarnation destiny, I see it as entwined with my starseed mission. And it's like we might forget, but the soul star chakra did not forget. The soul star chakra is what is anchoring in your Akashic records, your starseed mission, your destiny, these timeless aspects that are directly related to your earthly incarnation right now, but also are like those little linking chains between the earthly incarnation and timeless galactivated higher aspects. And the chakras also have a somewhat physical component, where if your posture is not aligned, then your chakras can't be aligned. And the soul star and the earth star bring in even a physical cosmic alignment, where if you have the 7 chakra system, root to crown, all aligned, great. You can be laying down and they're all aligned, but they're not lined up with the core of the earth and the grand central sun, if that makes sense. So it's like, I feel like the soul star and the earth star kind of align our galactic posture in a way where I can mentally use like as a reference to straighten my posture, like aligning my crown above my root. But it's an even deeper alignment if I think about aligning my crown through my earth star and my root through my soul star and my earth star through my soul star, through my root through my crown, because it's just, it's all aligned with
the cosmic alignment.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little food for thought there. And that actually wraps up our episode. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I'm Annika.
I'm Callista.
And this has been your June Cosmic Frequency Upload. Thank you so much for tuning in to co-create the new Earth with us.
We continue to broadcast the frequency of New Earth Now on YouTube, Instagram, and your favorite podcast platform.
Support this transmission and amplify this frequency by subscribing, liking, commenting, reviewing,
and above all, sharing with a fellow divine riser.
Until we meet again in the eternal now.
Flourish!